look so confused. Do you know where you are? You must not remember, do you? I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, dear. You're dead. Yes, you heard me right. You're dead. Well, that's the bad news. The good news, I'm going to teach you how to hunt. I'm going to show you the fun parts of being dead. You don't remember how it happened, do you? Oh dear. Oh dear. I was like that too. I still don't remember all of it. But I do know it had something to do with those stairs. You're at a party, and let's just say, not everyone was who you thought they were. They always say, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. But you kept your enemies too close. I'm sorry, dear, but it's not all that bad to be dead. There are a few rules. Anyway, I'm sure you're wondering, why didn't you go to that place up there? None of us really know. You're lucky, though. At least you didn't go to that place down there. That's very bad. Very unfortunate. I've seen it happen once or twice. Somebody arrives to get that look in their eye, and then poof, they're being taken down. There's a scream and a cry, and it sounds like their souls being mutilated. I'm your caseworker here in the in-between. That's what we call it here. The good news. You have all kinds of skills you never had before. You no longer have to feel pain. You no longer get sick. You no longer need to sleep. You no longer need to eat. Some people might say that's bad news. I bet you came here thinking there were no rules. But why do you think you're here and not there? Because you have to follow the rules to get there. Rule number 1. You must hunt. There is a requirement to hunt at least 5 people per month. That's a very, very easy assignment. Are you okay with that? Good. Because if you weren't, you have no choice in the matter. Your 5 charges will be on this list. I will be giving you this list every month. So you must report to me every month. And you must be checked in by midnight at the end of the month. And if you're not here by then, we will come hunting for you. And I assure you that will not be pleasant. Right. So, you want to make sure that you check in by midnight on the end of the month. Now you may check in early if you do fulfill your hunting requirement. And if you fulfill it early, you may have your free time to do whatever you so please. Whether that be visiting the outer planetary system, you may do that if you so choose. But be aware of alien spirits. They're not very kind to Earth spirits. I have your list here. The first 5 hunts. Very easy targets. The younger they are, the closer to the veil. First one will not be a real hunt, it will be a test hunt. So, end of the month, report to me by midnight. First time you miss that deadline, it's a demerit. You get double list next time. Second time, 2 demerits. You get triple your list. Once you get 3 demerits, you may be subject to the ghost chamber punishment, which is where you have to hear screaming, terrifying screams from all the children's nightmares across all time and all space. Now perhaps that doesn't bother you. And if not, there are plenty other punishments that you may be eligible for. So, obey the rules. Because you don't want to go down there. You want to go up there. Your first 5. 1. Hilario Jimenez. Age 5 months. You are going to hunt his rattle. You're going to manipulate it with your spiritual projection. Not your body. You don't have a body anymore. So you're going to have to use the powers of your energy to pick it up. Don't try with your hands. You won't be able to. You have to project your energy, focus, use your core. Take a deep breath. Once you have the rattle, hunt the child. The child will feel it in his bones. That is a test for you. Child will cry. Mother will come to comfort the child. Your test is complete. Then we will know you are ready to move on to your second haunt. So, you'll also be trained more in depth on how to manipulate objects with your spiritual projection. This is not as easy as it looks. You will find that you may try to do this. You will fail many, many times. But don't worry. Before your first haunting, you will have plenty of training. Your second target. Alyssa Brinkley. Alyssa drinks her tea with 2 sugars, 1 cream, and 0 essences of ghost. Fix that, please. You must first learn to manipulate the object with your spiritual essence, which you will be learning and training. Then, when they lay out the tea set, blow. Take a deep breath. And again. Tea is spoiled. Target drinks it. Has nightmares. Sees you in their nightmares. You spook them. Big eyes. Success. And what is the purpose of haunting, you may ask? Nobody knows except perhaps our superiors. That is not for us to know. It is just for us to complete our assignments. So we must do as we're told, so that we may return to the desired places that we want to go. Unless you like to go somewhere worse than this. A few more rules before we move on to your next target. Do not haunt anyone from your previous life. That takes time to get used to that term. You still think you're alive, don't you? I know. I know, my dear, but this is not a dream. You are with us now. There's many of us. Sometimes we have parties. Each of us is unique in our own little way. So lucky for you, you can make your own new friends. Now where was I? Oh, that's right. You must not haunt anyone from your previous life. If you need to contact them, you must get permission from me. And you may only do that through their dreams. That is only if they have desire to speak with you or see you. If they have a dire need, if there is something they need to say to you, they have not let go, and they're very, very intent on contacting you. We do allow it, but only 3 per year. I know that seems small, but it is very generous. Some sections don't allow it at all, but we feel that it is necessary to speak with your loved ones. Now, you may speak to them in certain ways, but it's not usually directly. It's usually through signs. They must be able to read the signs, or they will never know you were there at all. Communicating with them is not easy, for the veil is very thick between the living and the dead. But you'll find a way if you truly want to. So if you speak to your loved one and you get permission, this is how we begin the communication process. You get your 3 vouchers. And we summon them through these incantations. We light a candle. We say their name 3 times. We read the incantation. We burn it. And let the smoke evaporate up towards the light of the moon. give you 3 vouchers now. Should you need 3 more, you'll have to let me know. But for now, 3. Any others will require an exception. So please use these wisely. There you are. Alright. Your next target. William Jenkins. Age 32. Drinks white wine. You are going to taint the wine with a ghastly stare. That is all it takes. Just stare at it. A ghastly stare causes indigestion, headache, nausea, hallucinations, delusions of grandeur. Poor target. They will be haunted for days. Alright, so we've done the rattle, the tea, the white wine. Next target, Lauren Brawl. Easy. Blow her shawl off her shoulders as she's wearing it. Or you may simply flick it off. But don't let anybody else see. They'll just think she's crazy. So whilst she's wearing it, just simply boop. Very, very easy. That brings me to one more rule. There are those who can see us. We call those people those with the second sight. You must not let them gather real evidence of us. No photographs, no recordings, no evidence of any kind. Consequences are dire. You may be disciplined with being trapped here in these quarters for a duration up to, not limited to, 100 years. You may not see the light of day. You may not leave. That is when ghosts get very upset and start losing their mind. Don't let that happen. You don't want that to happen to you. And I don't want that to happen to me. Because I don't want to hear it. Alright? Deal? Perfect. Okay. Now, if you complete your quota early, then the rest is playtime. Good. Very lovely, okay? Alright. Your last target. Marissa K. She loves fragrance. Plumeria, in fact. Spoil it. Spoil it and make her smell rotten. All of her friends will be off-put by her scent. All you need to do is hold it for a time. Spoil, spoil, spoil it. The next time she uses it, haunted fragrance. That is your quota. Do not fail. You would not want to be stuck here longer than is necessary. You would not want to know what some of the other punishments are. This is your handbook for the recently lifeless. That is you. Tells you everything you needed to know. In case of emergency, draw a door. Very good. Very good. The living usually won't see the dead. Very true. This has anything you need to know in it, everything. To send it off, as well as your list. Should you have any questions, just call me at any time. Don't forget, you must commit to silence. You must follow the rules. And you must hunt. You must hunt. You must hunt. So, my dear, happy haunting. Happy ghosting. Happy Halloween.